Today, we're unpacking an absolutely mind-blowing conversation that's going to leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about reality. Buckle up, because we're about to decode the Matrix control system with none other than Tom Montalk. This guy, he's a thinker, a researcher, and someone who's spent decades exploring the intersection of science, spirituality, and the hidden forces shaping our world. Let's get into it. So, the interview starts with Mike Adams, the founder of BrightLearn, and his co-host, Todd Pittner, who are both clearly hyped to have Tom on the show. And honestly, after hearing what he had to say, I get why. Right out of the gate, Tom drops this bombshell. Most of us aren't living in reality. Nope, we're living in perceptions of reality, narratives, programming, and artificial constructs that have been fed to us since birth. Sound familiar? It's like we're all stuck in some twisted version of The Truman Show, where the world around us is a carefully curated illusion designed to keep us in line. Tom breaks it down like this. We're born into this world with a spark of divine consciousness. But that spark gets buried under layers of social conditioning, media manipulation, and even biological programming. By the time we're adults, we've lost touch with our true selves. We're living in what he calls an alternate reality, one that's completely divorced from objective truth. And here's the kicker. This isn't just some philosophical musing. Tom ties it back to ancient traditions like Hinduism and Gnosticism, which have been saying for thousands of years that what we call reality is actually an illusion. But now, thanks to modern science and metaphysics, we're starting to see how that illusion is being maintained and how we can break free from it. One of the most fascinating parts of the conversation is when Tom talks about free will. He explains that free will isn't just some abstract concept. It's the foundation of our existence. Without free will, there's no novelty, no creativity, no adventure. But here's the catch. Free will also gives us the ability to choose darkness over light. And that's where things get messy. According to Tom, some beings, whether they're human or extraterrestrial, have chosen to align themselves with darkness, and they've been perfecting their craft for eons. These beings are the architects of the Matrix control system, and they've been manipulating humanity for a very, very long time. But don't freak out just yet, because Tom isn't all doom and gloom. He's a firm believer in the power of the individual to break free from this system. The key? Knowing yourself. Like, really knowing yourself, your values, your purpose, your true nature. Because once you reconnect with that divine spark within you, you start to see through the illusions. You start to recognize the programming for what it is, and you can begin to dismantle it piece by piece. Now let's talk about something that really blew my mind. The idea that reality itself is malleable. Tom explains that we're not just passive observers in this world, we're active participants. Our thoughts, our intentions, and even our words have the power to shape reality. He ties this back to quantum physics, where particles exist in a state of superposition until they're observed. In other words, reality is a field of infinite possibilities, and it's our consciousness that collapses those possibilities into a single outcome. So, if you want to change your reality, you have to start by changing your consciousness. But here's where it gets even wilder. Tom talks about how this principle applies not just to our individual lives, but to the collective as well. He believes that we're in the midst of a cosmic battle between light and darkness, and that the outcome of this battle depends on us. Are we going to align ourselves with the forces of light, or are we going to succumb to the darkness? It's a heavy question, but it's also an empowering one, because if we can rise above the programming and reconnect with our true selves, we have the power to change the world. And let's not forget about the role of higher beings in all of this. Tom talks about how there are both positive and negative entities influencing our reality. The negative ones? They're the ones behind the Matrix control system. But the positive ones? They're here to help us if we're willing to listen. The key is to align ourselves with their energy, by living in accordance with our highest values and principles. When we do that, we open ourselves up to their guidance and protection. So, what's the takeaway from all of this? First, recognize that the world you see around you is not the full picture. There's a deeper reality beneath the surface, and it's up to you to uncover it. Second, reclaim your free will. Don't let the programming dictate your thoughts, your actions, or your beliefs. And finally, remember that you have the power to shape your reality. Whether it's through prayer, meditation, or simply living in alignment with your true self, you can break free from the matrix and step into a brighter, more authentic version of reality. This conversation with Tom Montalk was a game changer for me, and I hope it's been just as eye-opening for you. If you want to dive deeper into his work, check out his website, montalk.net, and his book, Gnosis. Trust me, this is just the tip of the iceberg. All right, Bright Learners, that's it for today's episode. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the Matrix control system, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and leave a review. And as always, keep questioning, keep exploring, and keep shining your light. Until next time, stay curious.
This has been a BrightLearn.ai summary of an interview between Tom Montalk and decentralized TV hosts Mike Adams and Todd Pittner on August 19, 2024. The full interview is available at brighteon.com, where you can also find podcasts and special reports by Mike Adams and other creators. Visit naturalnews.com for full editorial coverage of this interview and breaking news on critical stories that will keep you informed and aware of what's really going on.